Growl real low and dangerous. Nick, you hear meow meow, I can smell you, meow meow meow. Roll your attacks.
So Brianna took part in a nightmare ritual as a child.
Yes.
You feel one of them being activated in the museum.
Okay.
Brianna, I'd like you to make a concentration check to maintain your casting of the spell.
Oh, shit. Okay.
I will treat this as violent motion because this is violent to your emotions.
And I apologize. Remind me again what I'm rolling. Is my charisma ability modifier, or is
this is a concentration check.
Somebody redeem a complication quick.
My
So it's a
apologies.
Has redeemed a complication.
It is a d20 plus your caster level plus your ability modifier.
Thank you.
You can read that there is a contemplation about the others in the room and their responses, regardless of what his answer is.
And he's concerned about what his response will be because of the people in the room.
Yes.
I kill everybody else in the room.
Doesn't look like it on our side.
He doesn't have that. He doesn't have that prepared. He is going to. Oh, he's gonna unload one of his most powerful spells at all of you.
Fuck.
Magic missile.
Kill.
He just side eyes you and looks at Arabella and says, of all the places you wanted to fucking teleport us, you brought us right in front of the king's nose.
Yeah, because I have to warn the fucking king. So you should probably leave. Go slink off into your little hole. And maybe warn your people.
He looks like he's about to punch you.
There is a 1,000-year-old dragon burning down a city with over 100 giants right now. I don't have time.
Remember, the only reason that any of that worked back there is because of me.
Yeah. Do you want a prize?
I am sorry. I am trying to be helping, but
What happened to Trinia?
she just disappeared.
I did.
We lost the kid.
I am not understanding. She just got hit by one of those raisins. She disappeared. She is gone.
And Arabella said I turned to stone?
You were a statue. Must come back.
You know what? I just give him a hug. A big jockey hug.
Okay.
This is not the time!
And as I'm doing it, I hold Tango out on one hand, and I just think to him, or I say in Dinosaur, like King of the World, as we like, and then I like get off like nothing happened.
That's funny. Nick's chuckling at it. Nick probably makes some sort of like, this isn't Titanic. Hit me like one of your French girls, Matt.
All right, Majenko flies over. Lumbracer, I've got you!
Can he do a flyby heal?
Sure.
Get out! Get out! No!
Sure, he'll go right there.
So you see that guy shows up and swings at you and it scrapes across your armor as you cast your spell.
Go. Mithril breastplate, bitch.
Let's get this battle underway. We're going down. Get down, get down. Biddle-dip. Jungle boogie.
It is Toivo's turn. Toivo appears, closes his eyes as you explain what's going on, turns its head to look at, or to its head so it's facing the Hound of Tyndalos. So Matt and Brian, you hear the cat just growl real low and dangerous. Nick, you hear meow meow, I can smell you, meow meow meow. Roll your attacks, please.
So Brianna took part in a nightmare ritual as a child.
Yes.
You feel one of them being activated in the museum.
Okay.
Brianna, I'd like you to make a concentration check to maintain your casting of the spell.
Oh, shit. Okay.
I will treat this as violent motion because this is violent to your emotions.
And I apologize. Remind me again what I'm rolling. Is my charisma ability modifier, or is
this is a concentration check?
Somebody redeem a complication quick.
My
So it's a
apologies.
Has redeemed a complication.
It is a D20 plus your caster level plus your ability modifier.
Thank you.
You can read that there is a contemplation about the others in the room and their responses, regardless of what his answer is.
As in, he's concerned about what their his response will be because of the people in the room.
Yes.
I kill everybody else in the room.
Doesn't look like it on our side.
He doesn't have that. He doesn't have that prepared. He is going to. Oh, he's gonna unload one of his most powerful spells at all of you.
Fuck.
Magic missile.
Kill.
He just side eyes you and looks at Arabella and says, "Of all the places you wanted to fucking teleport us, you brought us right in front of the king's nose."
Yeah, because I have to warn the fucking king. So you should probably leave. Go slink off into your little hole. And maybe warn your people.
He looks like he's about to punch you.
There is a 1,000-year-old dragon burning down a city with over 100 giants right now. I don't have time.
Remember, the only reason that any of that worked back there is because of me.
Yeah. Do you want a prize?
I am sorry, I am trying to be helping, but
What happened to Trinia?
she just disappeared.
I did.
We lost the kid.
I am not understanding. She just got hit by one of those raisins. She disappeared. She is gone.
And Arabella said I turned to stone?
You were a statue. Welcome back.
You know what? I just give him a hug. A big chalky hug.
This is not the time!
And as I'm doing it, I hold Tango out on one hand, and I just think to him, or I say in Dinosaur, like King of the World, as we like, and then I like get off like nothing happened.
That's funny. Nick's chuckling at it. Nick probably makes some sort of like, this isn't Titanic. Paint me like one of your French girls, Matt.
All right, Majenko flies over. Lumbrisa, I've got you!
Can he do a flyby heal?
Sure.
Get out! Get out! No!
Sure, he'll go right there.
So you see that guy shows up and swings at you, and it scrapes across your armor as you cast your spell.
Go. Mithril breastplate, bitch.
Let's get this battle underway. We're going down. Get down, get down. Biddle-lip. Jungle boogie.
It is Toivo's turn. Toivo appears, closes his eyes as you explain what's going on, turns its head to look at, or to its head so it's facing the Hound of Tyndalos. So Matt and Brian, you hear the cat just growl real low and dangerous. Nick, you hear meow meow, I can smell you, meow meow meow. Roll your attacks, please.
So Brianna took part in a nightmare ritual as a child.
Yes.
You feel one of them being activated in the museum.
Okay.
Brianna, I'd like you to make.
Day troll in the twilight, quest begins at night. City trapped in chaos, crimson thrones lost light. Whispered spells and shadows, Rune Lord casting fear. Heroes forge their fate now, Korvosa draws near. Rise up, heroes brave, face the Rune Lord's blade. In the dark we stand, Korvosa in our hands. Battles fought with valor, blades of fire and steel. Ancient runes of power, truths they now reveal. Tyrant's throne is trembling, echoes of the past. Runes of wrath are crumbling, victory at last. Echo chants of glory, legends carved in stone. Claimers of the story, city now our own. Whispered spells in shadows, Rune Lord casting fear. Heroes forge their fate now, Korvosa draws near. Rise up, heroes brave, face the Rune Lord's way. In the dark we stand, Korvosa in our hands. Battles fought with valor, blades of fire and steel. Ancient runes of power, truths they now reveal. Tyrant's throne is trembling, echoes of the past. Runes of wrath are crumbling, victory at last. Echo chants of glory, legends carved in stone. Claimers of the story, city now our own.
Hello, friends and enemies, heroes and villains, everybody. Welcome on in to the next installment of the Claimers Conquest tabletop RPG set in Pathfinder 1st edition in its own unique world. It is not set in the United Galarian, but it has had a little crossover recently. But besides that, we are here with the famous crew combined from both Rise of the Rune Lords and the Curse of the Crimson Throne groups in the aftermath of both, of which I will let Andrew tell you all of the things and catch us up to speed to where we are currently at and why and where and how and all of those things. So with that being said, I will hand it on over to the one and only Andrew.
And no headset problems this time.
Yay!
So a recap. Last we left off, while Naveen, Miles, Sephi, and Brianna battled with Mr. Calvister and his Sargla Guardians, Arabella finishes her research of the Everdawn Pool and learns the Waking the Everdawn Pool ritual, a ritual that will unlock the artifact's secrets to her and, perhaps in time, the secrets of the Rune Lords of Thassalon. Dalibor in the Golden Key, meanwhile, worked feverishly with the brightest minds of Korvosa to finish a weapon that may just help them against the overwhelming odds that is to come. Dalibor was joined by his father, Dalivor, and also Phaeton Skoda, the exiled alchemist of the arcane societies of Korvosa, as well as his assistant in developing the blood veil cure. And finally, Count Enoch Dowager, the Count from another dimension. What they created was a bomb of fire, force, and acid, loadable by siege weaponry or throwable by their cloud giant compatriot named Chloe. The rest of the players gathered their allies. But before everyone gathered for transportation in Citadel Volshenik, an arrival to help them on their way. Finely crafted giant fighting armaments from Mogan Thundersword of slicing dicers. In Citadel Volshenik, the heroes gather with their allies, Cerise, Sergeant Serthana, the Siegebreaker, Quillen, Eliana, Kari, Jakardros, Chloe, Harry, and a select few brought by the sergeant. To Dalibor's disappointment, this was all that arrived of the Korvosan promise, all the city could spare. We arrive through teleportation circle to the Sklar-Quah settlement of Flameford. Night has fallen over Flameford, or nearly. The sun is gone, but the dark hasn't settled. A massive bonfire burns at the heart of the Sklar-Quah camp, its flames snapping and roaring, high enough to throw wild shadows across stone, hide, painted flesh. The air is thick with smoke, sweat, and fury. You hear the camp before your eyes settle to see it. Your magical approach, for all its ceremony, seems barely noticed. Angry voices rise from every direction. Sharp, guttural Shawanti curses shouted in rapid bursts. Warriors argue, spit into the dust, slam spear butts against the ground. Some shout the name of a burn rider. Others shout for blood. The whole encampment feels coiled tight, ready to break loose. Tomorrow, there will be a battle, but it seems tonight there is a judgment. You approach the edge of the firelight, just as a small figure is shoved forward. The young girl, barely a decade on Galarian, stumbles, nearly falling, then straightens, barefoot and filthy, clutching her little quarterstaff in both hands. Her face is streaked with tears and ash, but her eyes are wide and fierce. Before anyone can pull her back, she speaks. Her voice is thin but desperate, barely carrying over the crackle of flames and shouts of the angry Shawanti. He didn't murder him, she cries. He fought him. The burn rider attacked first. He just didn't die. A roar of outrage answers her. Several warriors shout one over another, voices sharp with fury. You catch fragments in Shawanti. Coward, outsider, blood debt, burn rider. One of the people spits into the fire. His hands are bound behind his back. One side of his face is swollen and dark with bruising. Blood dried stiff along his jaw and neck. He's breathing slowly, deliberately, holding himself upright through sheer will. He does not look at the crowd. At the center of it, kneeling in the dirt, an old half-orc warrior. He does not look at you. One of the elders, broad, scarred, his armor scorched and blackened, steps forward, pointing at Havoc with open contempt. He killed a burn rider, he snarls, on the eve of war. Another voice answers him, older, quieter, but no less heavy. A figure wrapped in sun-shaded robes and ritual scars on it, ritual markings on it. He leans on his staff. His eyes reflect the firelight. Blood was spilled, the sun shaman says. The spirits do not care who struck first. The girl's voice breaks as she shouts back, he saved me! He always saves me! And for the first time, the half-orc moves. He lifts his head just enough to look at her. His jaw tightens. His eyes flick briefly towards the elders, then away, but he says nothing. The shouting swells again, angrier now, closer to violence. Several warriors grip their weapons more tightly. The fire roars as if answering them. Then a hand is raised. Silence falls, not completely, but enough. The chieftain, Sklar-Quah, stands at the far side of the fire. His expression is carved from stone. His gaze moves from the old half-orc to the young half-elf, and finally to you as you approach. "Now rests," he says, his voice carrying clearly over the flames. "You have arrived, as judgment is being weighed." Around the fire sits the elders of the Sklar-Quah, raid leaders, shamans, heroes, and diplomats. Some look at the half-orc with naked hatred, others with cold calculation. One or two watch the girl with something like discomfort. The bonfire crackles, the camp watches, the night holds its breath. "If you would speak," Sklar says, "speak now."
What is the judgment for? It sounds from what little we heard at the beginning that one man attacked another and he was victorious in battle. What is the judgment for? We have missed much.
One of the, and you recognize pretty much well, you don't, there's a lot of burn riders in here, a lot more than you've ever seen in here. Clearly they're gearing up for war, but one of the larger Shawantis that you recognize turns to you, and you recognize him as Kemchet Flame Stoker. He is the raid leader into Belkson, and was introduced late into the events of Curse of the Crimson Throne. He points at the half-orc and says, "This Shamek interloped on our lands, a punishable by death itself. When we engaged with him, he killed Talan of the Cinder Path. We captured him, and here we are."
And the girl?
The Sun Shaman kind of leans forward and says, "Undecided."
Were they together? She seems to be arguing on his behalf.
She kind of goes back and kind of like stepping right next to him, almost clinging to him. He's like kneeling and shackled. And she says, yes, he looks after me. He protects me. And he protected me from that man that tried to kill us.
Did they know that they were trespassing?
You see Kemchet snorts and says, we have killed those for hundreds of years for simply interloping on our lands. If they do not know, then they are fools, and fools die in the Cinderlands. We didn't know, Anastasia says. We were running.
What were you running from?
The giants. They destroyed the city we were in. See Havoc shakes his head, and she looks at him nervously and then looks at everybody, her eyes darting around.
How far ahead of them are you?
I don't know.
What city did they attack? What city were you in?
We were in Erglin.
Hmm.
Havoc knows people there.
So is the Shawanti's plan to murder every single refugee from their enemy that's going to be attacking them tomorrow?
I glance over at the Sun Shaman and then at the Chieftain.
The chieftain and the chieftain looks like he is quiet and considering. His eyes kind of pass between each of you as you speak.
Have you killed any more people? I'm not trying to be rude, but we are going to be at war. And if you just slaughter refugees from a place that's been attacked, you are also removing valuable information that can aid us.
And potentially even allies.
Kemchet, the loudest amongst them, clearly laughs loudly and derisively. And what kind of refugee do you think comes from Erglin, the city of orcs and murderers, unable to live in society that even the Shawanti shun? Orcs, monsters, and worse.
So let me get this straight. You find interlopers on your land. They perceive you as attacking them. And then one of your burn riders is bested in battle. And it is somehow the fault of the winner that your burn rider was not prepared or a good enough fighter to win that battle.
Oh, snap.
Dalbor slaps you on the shoulder.
That was out of character.
Says,
No, Brianna smart enough not to say anything.
Arabella nods.
Trojan says, we have always known that there are strong warriors that are not Sklar-Quah. If this were not the fact, then we would still be claiming the lands where Korvosa stands.
well, now together, all of us fight a foe and likely won't survive the day tomorrow. If I were to make a suggestion, I would say a new punishment. That this one, and I point to the half-orc, has to fight alongside us. And take the place of the fallen one.
You can't make him do that. He's old. He doesn't want war anymore.
Doesn't matter. I don't want war either, but it comes to us.
So
if he dies, I'll have nobody.
Yeah, you're going to orphan a child?
To be fair, if we all die, they're all going to get orphaned in one way, shape, or form.
Right, but even I have contingencies on my children.
They aren't here.
I believe there is something important we are forgetting. They said they were running from the giants, which means they may have more information so that we can prepare for the coming battle. Perhaps we stay execution so we can extract information from them. And then decide after.
The woman next to Arabella, who you have seen, some of you, the Curse of the Heroes of Korvosa, have seen once, but only near when Larissa decided to rejoin the Shawanti out here, speaks. Her name, Crowfeather. For her cloak of dark black avian feathers she wears.
Oh, yeah.
She looks over and says, information is powerful. There is an opportunity, perhaps, to learn about the movements of his armies.
Yeah, I agree with her. Information is more valuable than another corpse.
So you're going to ask him questions and then let us go? Kemsha snorts. We will ask you questions and then kill you both.
Then what incentive do they have to tell us what's actually going on and not lead us to our deaths?
Pain. The little girl cowers. You see her dirty little white cat on her shoulder hides under her hat and hair.
You are a coward if you think that torturing a little child is the right way to do things. And I will personally end you myself if you move forward with that. I won't end you myself. I will make sure that the rest of your pathetic life is miserable.
You can see the camp gets pretty tense at that.
Understand how powerful I am as I use my magic to teleport all of us here.
You see Kemchet brushes by Branna. Branna, this man is like, you come up to his sternum. He is huge. He just kind of pushes past you and he stands over Arabella, who is even smaller than you. And he says, you are so powerful, and yet you are right in front of me right now. I could crush your skull with my bear. And Reddy Clark lifts his hands. Enough!
do it, and I'll show you what I did to the person that did it to me last time.
Kemchet, these are Nalrests. You will not threaten them. And you, he says, looking at Arabella, you will do no such thing. Or perhaps the Sklar-Quah will side with those who fight. Now, we have business here. We have business to decide what to do with the fate of this one. All the laws of the Sklar-Quah would point to his head on a spike or burnt in the cinder fields. But he has information. And if this information assists us in defeating our enemy and holding our lands, then perhaps we consider clemency. The Shanti just roar and yell and shout all around him. You can see like things are being thrown into the fire. They died down a little bit. Larissa speaks up. Her eyes narrowed on Kemchet. We speak with him. He answers our questions. And then what?
Who's she looking at when she asks this?
She was looking at Kemchet, and then her eyes sweep past him to Arabella and Brianna in this group right here.
I look over towards the orc in question, or half orc in question. You're like, where were you originally intending to go when you invaded their land? What was your destination?
This old half orc who is just stares at the ground. He is beat to shit. I mean, kind of surprising he's not dead from all the savage beating he's gotten. He stays staring at the ground, and Anastasia, the little girl, says, "We were going to Kermaga."
Bill would like to sense motive that.
Okay.
For Miles, not Phil. I've been thinking about Phil this whole time.
Real sense motive. What are you trying to
identify if it basically just to determine if when she says Kermaga is the truth, or if she's trying to lie about their destination.
Well, with your 45, you pick up that she is definitely doesn't want to be here and wasn't planning to come here. And when she says, she seems desperate and panicked and scared. She says Kermaga in a way that is too quick to be a falsehood.
Okay. Any particular reason for traveling to Kermaga?
I don't know. It's where Polaris said we go.
Polaris?
Havoc. Havoc.
Is that a name we recognize at
Yeah,
all, or
can
is
we
it just a
can
random?
we check to see if we recognize either name?
Does anybody have profession soldier?
Yes.
Oh, Naveen and Miles, maybe?
Miles does. It's not great.
If you have profession soldier, you could roll it.
From 45 to a 13. Okay.
That's pretty funny. What about Jakardos or
Harry?
Does he have rank?
or
Oh
Harry?
goodness.
Harry's got-
Jakardros does actually. So this roll is Jakardros.
Wow.
A 2. Yeah, Jakardros is more soldier than Miles.
Oh
Add
my
it too.
gosh.
Wow.
Everybody.
Naveen doesn't have soldier. I have swordmaster.
Wow. Anyhow.
I mean, Harry is also old, so
Yeah. This half orc looks a lot older than Harry, but knowing he's a half orc, he might not actually be older than Harry.
Right.
Half orcs just live short and rough lives. But for Harry and Miles, neither one of you know the name. You see when she says Havoc, Jakardros's one eye kind of narrows a little bit, and it looks like he's thinking.
The name ring a bell, Jakardros?
I'm trying to think. It's familiar, but I cannot quite put my finger on from what. I remember him, that name, Havoc, being mentioned by Commander Baden. Commander Lamentar Baden. Miles, do you remember who that is? Out of character?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
By
Former
Commander
commander
Baden.
that I took over.
I cannot remember what or why, but the name is familiar. I only rolled enough to kind of get a hunch, but not to get any information.
And the question Larissa asks is, we question them, and then what do we do with them?
Yeah.
How long do I have in my teleportation circle?
How long does it last?
Pokemon is up.
I think
Pokemon
10
is
minutes
up.
a level.
Get your Pokemon. Get your Pokemon.
So it just
Oh.
hasn't
Get your
been like 10
Pokemon,
minutes?
sweet cutie pie.
Maybe 10 minutes.
Okay. The child is not going to be useful in battle tomorrow. my magic is still going, I can take her back to Korvosa to my partner to stay with my children. As I was going to offer this to any other children of the Shawanti that you don't want, or expectant mothers, or any infirm that you don't want impacted by the battle. I'm not a soldier, but I think before we force this orc to fight, maybe we see how capable he is. I mean, supposedly he killed one of your burn riders, but maybe we can have him assist with Naveen and our trainees and Miles.
Provided we survive.
It's another way for a life for a life. Just more practical.
A punishment of service in training to help fight the war without maybe perhaps fighting directly in it.
Yeah, he can do that. Havoc knows a lot about battle.
Or if you're unwilling, well, I don't know if I guess you'd want to do that. I was going to say if you're wanting him to guard something at the camp too.
And I look at everybody and I look at everybody and I say, I think the key point here is death will do nothing for our cause in battle tomorrow, but there's much to be gained by life. To all of us here. Battle was had and victory was made by him. Yes, your people have rules. But the people that are coming here to kill us, they aren't going to abide by rules, and we need all the help we can get. And if this person was fleeing to try to save a little child, I think that should give us pause. Because if it were any of one of your children they had saved, what would your thoughts have been? If the battle tomorrow goes badly, and someone you don't like and don't agree with saves your child after your death, as he has clearly done, would you want someone just to kill them both outright, your child and the person who saved them? I think this is a moment where perhaps we should flex your rules. I say flex our rules. Because they consider us part of their tribe. So
yeah, you see, as you're speaking, Krojan's eyes are like start to wander up, and then they start to kind of go a little bit like this.
Mm-hmm.
And he then blinks and focuses and looks at you, and
I'll make eye contact because I know he's about to have a child.
And he goes and he looks at you, and you can see for a moment, it's like there's a moment of empathy, and then he looks at Anastasia, and he looks at you like he just gets this great epiphany, and he says, "That's not my child," pointing at Anastasia, and then he points at Larissa's belly. "That's my child."
Of course, Krojan.
And Larissa just kind of like pets the back of his head.
That's my speech.
I'd like everyone who spoke, which is, I think, everyone but Sephi.
Yeah, Sephi's
Roll a
kind of
diplomacy
scared.
check.
How big
Arabella,
is
you
how
can
big
roll
is
an
the
intimidate
community of
or
the
diplomacy.
how big is the community of the Shawanti? Because that matters for 2 bonuses I might have.
I think the show that Flameford is 50.
50 people?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll an intimidate? My diplomacy's better. But I can roll an intimidate.
You can roll either one.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Okay, grab my re-roll token just in case.
Goodness.
Take it.
Can't
I'll
roll
take it.
above a 10.
Okay. And everybody is 17 or 18. 17, I think.
Yeah, Arabelle and Stephanie.
You mean
I think
level?
are-
Yeah.
Brianna 17th.
17. Arabelle's 18. I think Stephanie's 18 too.
Miles is 18.
Dalabor's only 17. Did I forget to level?
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Oh, that last battle leveled you guys?
Oh,
No, the Rune Lords were, I think.
Oh, between the
Rumors
level-
were 18 prior.
Yeah. And then fighting my mama leveled me.
Okay. So it looks like people are going to need more convincing. The pressure from the burn riders that are here, which is like, this is like the conglomeration of all the people that are out on raids and stuff, are pretty heated. And it looks like amongst these riders, Chemchet holds a lot of sway. Ready Claw and the Sun Shaman appear to be tracking the things you're saying and sort of nodding, but it doesn't look like everybody's on board yet.
I guess Safi hasn't said anything, but
The Ready Claw says, and what about of Talan? He was a mentor to those who were learning.
Safi will raise her hand. Is it okay if I say something?
And everybody's looking at you, and you see some of them, everybody looks over at you and it's like, ugh. But then they look at Shadow Mist and they're like,
Do you still have his body?
Talan's body is in my tent.
What if I just bring him back to life? And then there's not a problem. And then they can just apologize. I don't mind. I'll pay for it.
I will allow you to roll a diplomacy to add to this group check now.
Okay.
It is harder for you, Sephi, because you're coming in at the tail end.
Fortunately, she does have her staff. We think a 36 is enough.
Don't know.
Well, I guess
I thought we did pretty good the first time around, so I don't know.
You thought you did pretty good, and you guys did not succeed the group check.
because I could use my reroll token on that to try to get higher than a 10. Although if I don't have my staff, my base diplomacy is a 31.
What?
My Rune Lord staff gives me a negative to my diplomacy checks.
Oh, okay.
So I technically probably don't have my staff out because I'm not fighting. So a 10. Have anything else?
So it'd just be +5?
Yeah, it would be a +5, so it'd be a 41. Or I could roll again to try to get higher.
And you kind of got a 50-50 shot of rolling higher or lower.
I know, and I don't have mythic points.
If you use your reroll, I will allow you to roll again without your staff.
Okay, I will use my
with your
reroll.
staff.
I will use my reroll.
Okay.
Please roll better. Yes.
Nice.
With that, you will split the middle. 3 made it, 3 fail.
I'll pay for it. I mean, I will say the caveat, like, if his soul is at rest and at peace in the afterlife and he doesn't want to come back, I can't really force him.
The sun shaman's eyes narrow as he looks at you, squinting past the fire. And then he looks over at Miles. You are a part of the Korvosan army promised to us. You are not Nalrest. And then he kind of looks over at Dalibor, who brokered the whole thing.
Would you like formal introductions now?
Reddy Clara says, yes. Who are you? And looks at Sephi and then at Miles.
Miles has already fought the Rune Lord, as has Sephi. They have deep, intricate knowledge of those that are coming at us. They are our main source of information on the Rune Giants before we encounter them for the first time. Miles is also the leader of an organization that, out of character, it was you hunt bad guys, but I don't remember exactly what it is out of character.
The Black Arrows pretty much protects Turtleback Ferry. They operate out of Fort Brannick.
Okay.
They protect the kind of the hinterlands over there by Turtleback Ferry, primarily hunting giants.
So they are a crew designed, a small militia, meant to hunt giants near Turtleback Ferry. And he is their current leader. He also
Everybody roll sense motive.
Uh-oh. Yes.
Wow.
Okay.
I mean, we'll take what we can get when we can get it, I guess.
Yeah, I was like, now there's those nat 20s.
Right?
Yeah, right.
Okay. That is, everyone gets this one. When you start describe, do you say the name of the organization?
I didn't. Mostly because I didn't think to do it in all of the things. I was like, my brain could only retain so much memory. I think he probably would have. Just because, like, as far as Dalibor knows, they probably have no idea what it is, but it sounds impressive.
The Black Arrows. When you describe and say this information, you can see Havoc looks up.
And we all get that?
Everybody made the DC for that.
Okay.
He's a fighter, so he doesn't hide it that well. But he looks up, and in the one non-swollen eye, you can see there is a glint of recognition.
And I will turn and say, and this is Sephi. She's a very powerful magician granted powers of the divine. From what I understand, most all of the different gods channel their power through her. Magic's very unheard of, or very powerful. Miracles left and right. And by that I mean literal. Bringing back an entire clutch of young griffins after the wake of their massacre in Korvosa by the Queen that we all helped to defeat. Bringing people back to life, healing the sick, all of that. As I said, they have fought these Rune Giants. They know what we are fighting. They came to us, wanting to help. Arabella was with them when they first met outside of the town, when they saw some of those giants attack a small town. I wouldn't say the name of the town that they said because Nick doesn't remember, but Dalibor would because it was, just a conversation yesterday or day before yesterday.
The city that Arabella was at?
Yeah, the first one.
That was Ergland.
It was
That was where
Ergland.
they were fleeing from.
Oh,
yeah.
These three were in Ergland when the attack hit. I will say instead. And they also barely escaped with their lives. That is who these people are. And they bring with them other allies. Korvosans that Naveen has brought with us. Even her own father. And I point to Harry.
So, Reddy-Clar says, your offer, you're in your
raid
council.
Welcome on in, Raiders! Hello, Jenna Weedman and the rest of Roll to Toke. Welcome on in. Thank you for joining us. We're doing some tabletop role-playing. You were also doing some tabletop role-playing. Welcome on in. We're in a serious moment right now, so come on in, sit down, grab a drink, and enjoy the show. Anybody who's here, go check out Roll to Toke. Also does tabletop RPGs. Go give him a follow. Go check him out. And thank you, Naked Nate, for the follow. Well, come on in. Come on in. Have a seat, guys. Enjoy the show. Have a drink. And we'll chat with you in chat.
Also, with your sense motives, you kind of get the climate. Obviously, the climate of most of the Burn Riders are very angry, and Kemchet is extremely hot, openly hostile.
That's new.
The Sun Shaman also seems somewhat hostile. Crowfeather seems pragmatic and restrained. Crojan is conflicted, and Larissa seems like she is quietly against the execution of Havoc, while Reddy Claude is hardline neutral one way or another. Reddy Claude looks at the Sun Shaman and the Sun Shaman looks over at Sephi and says, You are a Shamek.
I don't know what that is. I mean, no offense. I don't know.
It's someone who's not part of the clan.
Oh.
It
Yeah.
may or may not be used derogatorily. I don't think in this case it was.
I have traveled with somebody that is Shawanti.
And what clan?
Sephi looks over at Miles. I don't.
Yeah, guys, what clan was Hotaru?
Her name's Hotaru.
Don't remember what clan she was from. I don't.
That might be good or it
remember.
might be bad.
In check to try and remember.
Sure.
I have no clue.
I'll just have Sephi roll one in case I roll good.
Yeah, no idea. All I remember is that she was a monk.
Oh, I don't have my stuff.
You don't have your staff. Neither one of you have any idea. You're like, oh yeah, she was a Shawanti. She didn't look like a Shawanti, but she was one. Maybe she was a, what do they call it? A Nalrist? I don't know. What clan was she? I don't know. Like the Dirt Clan or Ground? I don't know.
I'm gonna be on. I don't think she said. I mean, I could message and ask her. She's with my other brother right now and my twin. Getting more intel on the giant army and the Rune Lords.
The Sun Shaman then turns his gaze slowly over to Ready Guard. The acceptance of shamanic magic to disrupt the cycle of sky and ground is highly irregular. And Reddy Clark looks at him and responds, and so is accepting Shameks into our camp to fight an enemy. Go, he says. Restore Talon. We will consider your proposal.
Okay. Which tent did you say he was in?
Sun Shaman points his quarterstaff over to this tent.
Can you ping again? Oh, that one. Okay. All right. I'm gonna she's gonna steer Shadow Mist and be like, all right, excuse me.
They don't move.
Okay.
Krojan
Oh.
steps over and says, he offers you a hand to help you down.
Sure, she'll take it.
Okay, you dismount. And you see he grabs the reins of Shadow Mist. This is a fine horse. May I have it?
Oh, thank you, but we're bonded. He's mine. Don't get on his back. He doesn't like anyone else riding him unless I'm on there or he's giving you consent. He'll buck you off otherwise.
Ah, he has not been broken.
No, I specifically trained him. See, Shadow Mist, sit.
You see the horse drops down.
Yeah, he knows lots of tricks. I taught him how to dance. He can airwalk. I can show you later.
Miles will look at.
They all just want
Miles
Shadow
will
Mist
look
to
at
breed with all of their horses.
They want Shadow Mist. Everyone, you can see every Burn Rider looks at Shadow Mist with eyes of envy.
Okay. Sephi will kind of give Miles a look make sure they don't take him.
Miles will step up and then just give Sephi a look like, go now.
Scoot, scoot.
Hey. You go into the Sun Shaman's yurt.
Does anybody go in with her?
Does anybody want to go with her?
Because I could just imagine bringing him back to life and him trying to kill her right away.
I'll go with.
I can also motion to Chloe that's in the background.
Chloe is ducking behind a tent. You see her face, which is like she stands bigger than a mounted Shawanti Burn Rider, and her face just kind of peers out from behind the tent.
I mean, if Dalibor indicates maybe you should go, I'll go. But it did not occur to me. It occurred to him. But yeah, I would, with nudging, would realize, oh yeah, I should probably go.
Yeah.
Protect.
All right.
So the three of you go into the Sun Shaman's yurt, and it is larger than most, but it's not grand. Its frame is thick wood and darkened by smoke, and the walls are made of hide and stitched and restitched and stitched and restitched over by different hides over ages until they're ancestral looking. The air inside is warm and dry. You can still smell the scent of resin and ash and old herbs that have just suffused the hides of this tent. In the center, there is a low banked fire pit. It glows with dying coals kept alive. Just next to the just next to the fire is a low stone slab. Looks like it's been scavenged by the Cinderlands. It's about a solid single slab, about 6 feet long. And you can see that there is a single heavy auroch fur that covers him from chest to feet. You can see his head is turned away. This Shoanti's head is turned away from you, but even looking away from you, Naveen, and I think Brianna's perception is pretty good too. You notice that there is a big concave dent in his skull, like that goes down 3 inches. Just this crush in the side of his cranium where it goes in like that.
Okay.
As you approach, you can roll heal checks if you have it.
He's still alive.
No, he's definitely dead, even if you don't have heal.
Oh, I do have that.
Oh,
wow, Sephi. That's 27. That's good. And a 20. Brianna with a 20. That skull crush was the blow that killed him, for sure. That is a fatal blow. I mean, it crushed into the brain matter.
Right.
Naveen, you kind of pull back the fur to look at him, and the skull crush is not the only wound on him. There are several cuts on his body in specific places, and you can see there are wounds to his feet and legs. It looks like it wasn't a one and done thing. And Sephi, as all of you are looking at his body, Sephi specifically, your heal is so high you're able to pick out an exactly how did this happen. And from what you can tell, this Shoanti was bested with a little bit of tactics, with a little bit of luck, and a little bit of skill. All 3. The cuts along the crush in his head is consistent. It looks like to Brianna, to you, it looks like somebody bashed his head in with a rock. But for you, Sephi, it's consistent with a flail ball. Whoever killed him, based on the shape of the crushing of his skull, finished him off with a flail, and they finished him while he was on the ground. You also pick out there are multiple bones. Being a horse girl, you know that these bones are consistent with him being thrown from a horse. Naveen and Brianna specific, you see that there are wounds all over his feet and all over his back, little spike wounds. And Naveen and Brianna, you're able to bring with this that he either fell or walked or was thrown into something that is consistent with the spike stones that surround Flameford. It's like caltrop wounds almost.
And those are on his back and
on his back and on his feet.
Interesting.
The cuts on his body are like gouges. They're narrow, maybe look like a longsword at first or an axe hit, but on closer inspection, the cuts on his body are more consistent with throwing axe wounds.
Huh.
You piece together, this man was killed by death by 1,000 cuts, and he was killed by someone who used his terrain against him. Perhaps not somebody who was more skilled than him or was sufficiently stronger than him, but somebody who did outwit him, or at least somehow manipulated the terrain in their advantage.
Huh. Well, that half-orc is old, but I think he's kind of smart. He uses a flail and throwing axes.
He's smart. We want him on our side.
I almost wonder if he was a Black Arrow at one point.
Why do you say that?
Well, they're used to fighting giants. And so, well, one, he recognized the organization. And he used throwing axes, and then when this guy got into close range, he went into melee. And so he's used to distance and close fighting, which when you're fighting giants, I don't know, most people fight them at a distance until they're upon you.
With your 40, Sephi, there's also some strange things you can't explain based off of the repertoire that Havoc apparently uses to fight that are wounds on his body. There are several punctures on his body in the chest. Looks like they might be from a sling bolt. But as you guys look into the wounds, there are no bullets. So either the bullets were removed, or it was something like a sling bolt, or is like a rock. And there are scorch marks on his chest.
Yeah. Some of this doesn't make sense though, because of like there's little rock marks and then there's burn marks.
That
So
little
maybe
girl must be fierce. A
I
sling is
guess.
often one of the first weapons a child learns how to use. And no trace. I've worked enough with Arabella. But there's some magic there. We should not tell the Shawante about the magic.
Yeah, they seem a little sensitive to that. Okay. Well, I'm just going to use a resurrection spell because then if he comes back, I don't have to use more diamond dust to negate the level penalties.
Okay, so resurrection costs
10K?
Yep. I have 3 10K diamonds. Well, I have 4 10K diamonds, but one of those is miles. I actually have 3 scrolls of resurrection too, but I'm going to save those. With diamond dust is what I'm more worried about.
Okay, so Sephi, as you cast your resurrection, describe the spell.
Let me just make sure. It takes like, oh, it's a minute. So Steffi takes the blanket off of him, and she's gonna put the diamond in the middle of his chest, and probably more from, maybe Naveen will clock it, but probably more Brianna clocks it. The way Steffi kind of casts these spells is kind of like if you watch a child making shit up when they're playing a game. And it's like fairly consistent, but not really. And she just kind of like makes up a little ritual. And she says, "Hey, Pharasma, it's Steffi. It would be really helpful if you returned this Shawanti man's soul, who I've already forgot his name. But you can see the body, so you know which one it is. And you're a god. They want to kill a little girl and a half-orc, and I think that's really mean. And I just think if you bring them back, we can talk it out and they can apologize to each other. We should be all good. We're gonna have a very hard day tomorrow. So if he doesn't want to come back, if you could just have a talk to him and say they really want him back, like there's a lot of people upset and grieving, and they really miss him. Also, he should be more careful when he rides horseback, because he fell off, and I think kind of hurt himself, which was part of the problem for him dying. And she'll do this and be kind of like clean up his body and like clean up some of his wounds, and maybe like brush his hair and rub some like incense and stuff.
Doesn't have hair. He's bald.
Just move the dirt around.
You finish the casting of your resurrection, and the gem shatters and spreads along his body, which begins to glow, and the wounds begin to close. And you can see his chest rises like a string is connected to his sternum, picking him up towards the top of the tent, like it's a fish hook that's dropped from the heavens through the smoke hole and grabbed onto his sternum and lift him up, and you can hear his breath.
Yay.
And he wakes to consciousness.
You're okay. You're in the Sun Shaman's tent right now.
His eyes look at you wildly, and then he looks at Naveen and Brianna, and there's recognition looking at the two Nalrests. And what happened? Where?
Our friend here, Sephi, was able to bring you back from the realm of the dead. We need your help in the battle to come.
There is an invader. I was fighting him, and
we know.
Pokemon is up.
the little
Pokemon
girl,
is up.
she
Get your Pokemon. Get your Pokemon.
used witchcraft.
Get your Pokemon. She's a cutie pie.
Yeah, I
look
figured
over
that
at
one out too.
Yeah.
I look over at Naveen and Sephi and then look back at him. We know. We were told about what is to come. There are negotiations going on as to what to do with this intruder. We are suggesting, due to his prowess, that he should join in the fight tomorrow, since we're all most likely to die. Because it is no small feat to take someone of your skill down. They could be a valuable ally, even if it's only temporarily.
I was charging him atop of a scar, and the scar lost his footing. I don't know how. I was thrown into the spikes. I have ridden a scar for 40 seasons. He has never thrown me. He shifts and sits up and like places his hand on his head. Oh, where is a scar?
I'm not sure where your horse is, but I think literally your entire tribe's outside. Do you want some water?
Yes. Yes.
Peppy doesn't know where there's any. Well, actually, he has a water skin. She'll hand him hers.
He drinks greedily from the water and then stands up. He's wrapping the fur around the hide around him.
I think now, and again, I'm only here to help with the battle tomorrow and everything. But like Brianna said, I think maybe now that you're back, we can kind of just talk things out and come to a resolution that's good for everybody. Like, we don't want to hurt a little girl and her kitty cat. And we can just take her to another city. And the orc, like, he's a little tricky, but he's very old. So maybe having him do like training or something, I don't know. I just feel bad taking a grandpa away from a little girl, that's all.
The guy is just like, what are you talking? He's like shaking his head, like, what are you talking about? And you see he stands up shakily, but with more strength than you'd think somebody just coming back from the dead has. And he starts to like wander towards the entrance of the tent.
I don't want to take away from him if he's trying to do this on his own, but if he needs a little bit of support, I'll try to help.
So you kind of shadow near him, just waiting and watching. And the do you have resurrection, Brianna, or raise dead?
I have raised dead.
Yeah, you normally with raised dead, there's a little bit of weakness that comes with it, but he seems to have quite a bit of strength with whatever magic Sephi used to bring him back.
I forget, with resurrection, are they
1 negative level?
Because the true res is full. The true res is the 0 negative level. I think.
He's full hit points.
Full hit points. Okay.
Yeah. And he goes to the exit as all of you are merging. Meanwhile, back out at the Great Fire, Miles, Arabella, Dalibor are all out there. Ready Clar looks to you, Dalibor, who you have been other than Larissa really, but you have been the main conduit between Korvosa and the main liaison of Korvosa, and says, "What have you brought for us?"
I will go over all of the people, the new people that they don't know, and explain who they are. I, as Nick, don't know, but I will explain, like, this is warrior so and so, and this is the crew that he brought, and the people that he does, and these are their accolades, and you know, I'll try and hype them up like a hype man. Everybody that has come. When I talk to Harry, I say Harry fought with us in the final battle. Trojan and he made amends after they were quite often at odds till they realized they were compatriots in arms. And Nick doesn't remember everybody else who's here, but that's kind of what he'll do when he explains all of them.
You're going through introducing everybody.
Yeah, all of the tertiary characters that have come along.
When you get to Cerise, Larissa looks over and you see she is like, her hand darts to her elven curved blade as she sees a gray maiden in the camp.
And for her, I will say, Cerise has broken free of her mental bonds and aims to find her place in the current world, hoping to aid and be part of the future in recompense of the past situations that have occurred. Her prowess in a battle is very well proven. And the fact that she has broken much of the brainwashing that had happened via the Queen explains her reason for being here. And that brings us to, and I will look over at the tent and the head peeking up, one of our greatest allies.
She stands up to full height. You can see she's like almost twice the size of, well, she's stands a head and shoulders over the peak of the tent as she.
So the out of character, the Rune Giants are like twice her size, right?
The Rune Giants are about a third larger than her. She is bigger than your typical giant.
Yeah.
So, but they're like one 15. Size category. I'll explain. Yes. The giants we fight are a third a head taller than she is, from what you see before you. An army of people 10 feet taller than her, stronger, faster, and ruined with magic. That is the challenge we face ahead, and she is one of our largest allies.
Greetings, she says. I am Winsong Closengrift. They call me Chloe. You see, Trojan is like, that's a big woman. And Larissa's like,
then Larissa slaps him.
Yeah. Then Larissa's like,
he's like, you're one to talk.
Cerise speaks out from under her helm. Her voice kind of reverberates as she says, I am Cerise. I was a gray maiden, but now I've pledged myself to the one named Grosvenor Naveen, general of Korvosa's army, and I, Commander Cerise, her second. Larissa's like, a gray maiden is second in command of Korvosa's army?
I mean, you have been out here getting knocked up, so
Are we out there yet? Or are we still?
You are just coming out of the tent now.
I
and
hold
approaching.
I point to like one of the big wagons that's got the things, and I was like, I would demonstrate the use of the weapons that we brought for her and any siege weapons to use, but I feel they would be wasted when they could be used for war. But the explosion of which that fire should be relevant to. Out of character, is it larger than my bomb? Than my extended bomb?
The area?
Yeah.
What is your extended bomb?
It's a
10 feet?
It's
10 feet.
Well, it's the that's a very good question. Let's renew the facts. As I have explosive bombs. Let's see, explosive bomb, precise bomb, healing, fast, smoke, strafe, ectoplasmic. Yeah, I think it's the explosive. They now have a splash radius of 10 feet rather than 5. So from the center point, 10 feet in all directions. So 5, 10, the core, 15, 20, so 25 feet.
So it is, these bombs are 15 feet. So they're a 15-foot radius.
Okay. Can I tone down an explosive bomb? Oh yeah, I will. I'll reduce. So I'll take my bomb and I'll throw it in a safe place.
Okay.
But I'll choose all the targets within the 15 area as safe areas, as if they're friendly, because I'm high enough level to reduce it down.
Yeah.
I'll say that is a less damaging inferno than what those do. Those take up that same space, but the amount of concussion blast, the force of nature, and the fire from the hells themselves that come from it are increased. Those are in finite amount. But anyone who can throw them, any item that can throw them, has the power of what I just threw. And what I use is just my own personal magic infused explosives.
You can hear a few gasps coming from the back of the Shawanti group as a Shawanti man looking maybe in his late 30s, early 40s approaches the fire wrapped in just an auroch hide and is accompanied by Naveen, Brianna, and later Sephi. They watch as Talon, the burn rider who was killed, back. So you want to keep this orc alive, Reddy Clar says, and the girl with him, and use them for training.
Arabella will just use the orc gentleman for training. I don't think the child needs to be here.
Everyone can roll a new diplomacy check with the restoration of Talon giving you a +2 and the DC is lowered.
Everyone in the group or just those that have spoken recently?
Everyone in the group who has contributed to the conversation somehow. with whether with the last roll or this one.
My apologies. What are we rolling?
Diplomacy.
You said +2, and the DC is lower.
+2, yeah, and the DC is lower.
Oh, with
I'm
a +2, it'd be a 32.
I'm using my reroll.
Okay. Ryan, did you do the you didn't do the +2, did you?
No, so the +2 would be on top of that.
And does Chloe spoke and the other person spoke too. I don't know if that helps or hinders.
No, you don't want them rolling.
Okay.
Actually, if she's Warden of Wind, right?
Yeah.
I think her diplomacy is actually almost as high as mine.
Oh crap!
She has
I
a
should have a
+19. She has a +19.
Yeah, that's almost as high as mine.
I forgot I have an ion stone, so I have one more added to my total.
Okay.
So 33.
So 33.
A 38. Let's see. Let's go highest to lowest. Lowest to highest. 18 is a failure.
There is.
The second lowest from 18 is a 33, which is a success, which means everybody else succeeded.
Yay.
The DC was a 32. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. LOL.
Ready Claw said, and it is proportional. So if more make it than fail, then you succeed. If not, if the other way, you fail. Ready Claw goes, you have restored the blood of Talon, who will ride Skar into battle tomorrow amongst the rest of us. You Nalrists speak in vouching for these shamaks, he says, nodding towards Anastasia and Havoc and little Sophie. Then they
Yes.
will be your problems to care for. We will stay our execution. But we, he says, looking over at Havoc, do not entrust any amount of trust to this one for anything. He is banished from these lands on pain of death to either ever return. You can hear there's a whoo from everybody around. It seems even Chemchat, who has been like towering over Arabella, like it's like, let's fight. Come on, let's fucking fight. I'm gonna fucking break you in half. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna fucking break you in half. I'm gonna eat your skull.
Arabella doesn't even look at him, give him a second look.
No, she's not looking at him, but he's just like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. I'm gonna kill you. As Ready Claw says this, Chemchat looks at Ready Claw, looks at Talon, and at this point he really doesn't have anything to say other than he just kind of huffs and storms off. Sephi, as you return, Krojan is still standing by Shadow Mist and is like, can I have him?
No.
So you see that Ready Claw goes over and unshackles Havoc. The old half-orc stands up, and Anastasia, the little girl, just throws herself into him, and he just kind of ruffles her little pointy wizard hat.
Go over to him.
As will Miles.
Me too.
Let's say, and I will just hand him a potion. I will mix it quick and hand it to him.
Actually, if you want,
I was just going to
and
go
I'll
with an extract, but
yeah, I was just gonna heal him with the heal.
okay.
Everybody is standing around Anastasia, who's 3 feet tall. She's
Then I won't. If Brianna's going to go over there, I don't need to.
Okay.
Miles is going over there because he has a question for him.
We still have to technically question them.
Yeah.
I'll actually go to Krojan and just give him a hug. How are you, my friend? I'm greeting the people that I haven't gotten to say hello to, that are friends. Krojan, Larissa. The other ones I won't hug, but
he's like, "Are you ready for battle? I am excited for tomorrow." And you hug Larissa, and she, even old, youth years stolen away,
she'll
pregnant and ready to burst any second now, you hug her, and she lifts you off your feet. I mean, she hugs you with one. She turns a little bit to the side and hugs you with one arm, but she lifts you off your feet with one arm.
You're not fighting tomorrow, correct?
Everybody's fighting tomorrow, she says. There are no free rides in the Sun Clan. Even the children and elderly and infirmed have roles.
That is the way.
Krojan's like, "This is the way." Which is and anyways, even like this, I could still fight circles around you.
I never said you couldn't.
Krojan, whose eyes are askew a little bit again, is like, "She likes to assert her dominance."
Is it working?
I don't know. Is it? Kemchet just is like, these people are fucking idiots. And he's storming off.
He shrinks.
He shrinks. His pride is hurt. And then he looks at Windsong and he's like, "That's a big woman."
Little man.
Over at Havoc and Anastasia, Miles, Brianna, Arabella, Naveen, everybody's kind of going over to the two new people. Somebody healed him. What did you heal him with?
A heal spell.
Oh my god, okay. Everything closes.
I mean, it's like 130 because I'm not...
he looks completely healed.
Okay.
Well, Miles will look straight at Havoc and ask, "Does the name Lamitar Baden mean anything to you?"
Kind of looks at you. Maybe. Yes. Is what maybe means.
I think Jakardros and I have maybe a few things to talk to you about. Because after everything is said and done here, we may have a place for you to go.
He looks at you and then looks at Anastasia. And he says, I go where she goes, and she goes where I go.
Well, assuming we all survive tomorrow, we will return. After we will return to Korvosa. But from there, you would be free to join the rest of the order.
Mm-hmm.
I'll leave that to the two of you to decide.
You people just kind of want to question him here around the fire. Do you want to grab a tent?
Yeah.
Bella,
Mm-hmm.
would you mind if you and me and Anastasia had a little talk?
Yeah.
He looks nervously up at Havoc. And he looks at you and then looks at Arabella. His eyes linger on Arabella for a while, and then he kind of goes, looks down at her and nods.
I just want
be
to
here.
draw them away from the Shawanti.
I have a clarifying question about Havoc's banishment, though. Do
Yeah.
they want him immediately out of camp? Because he's banished from their lands?
Seems like they're giving you time to speak with them as it's relevant to what you're going to do, but when he leaves here, he can't come back.
Okay. So potentially they might not even want him here tomorrow.
Yeah, potentially.
Okay. Yep, I will follow.
I mean, they
Naveen.
said that they don't trust him to watch their backs.
Yeah, so that's where I'm
You
like,
heard that.
Head like off a little bit or something.
Okay, Anastasia follows you. Am I in trouble? And you see the little white cat's face comes out from the corner, and you hear
no, you're
No.
not.
So I think Anastasia was going to Karamaga for the same reason you would, Arabella.
Mm.
I'm going to look Anastasia in the eye and say, good job on the grease spell. Really destabilized that horse, didn't it?
face kind of flushes a little bit. I had to help him. He was in trouble.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Don't talk about it here.
Yeah, they're very spooked by magic.
Havoc told me never to. Polaris told me Havoc told me she is like correcting herself. She like seems like she defaults to one name, and she says, Havoc told me never to tell anybody, and not to do it in the open.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Well,
like that.
Yeah, I agree with you. But he is smart. Not everybody appreciates arcane arts. Were you going? Oh, go ahead, Naveen.
I know you were going to Karamaga, you said.
Yeah. Polaris Havoc says that there's a group there that can teach a group of people like me that can teach magic and help me learn. I've just been practicing and looking for books.
Yeah.
I can do all sorts of magics.
Yeah? What's the
Yeah.
most... Is grease one of your more powerful spells?
I shot a fire at him. A scorching ray.
Oh. That's very impressive for someone of your age.
Yeah.
I was way older when I did that. Like thinking 6
Way
months
older,
ago.
2-3 years ago, you know, 2-3
Yeah.
years older.
Yeah.
Would you be open to going to Korvosa? They have some schools that teach magic.
Well, and I'm a part of the Arcana Circle.
You're a part of the Arcanist Circle?
Mm-hmm.
That's where we're going, the Wheel Unbroken. Korvosa, that's where the academy is.
Yeah, that is what the academy is, and that's a very good school. The headmaster is kind of a butt.
I don't have the money to go to the academy.
Well, how about this? I could bring you to Korvosa, and you could start with lessons from the person that taught me. I have to warn you, he is very stern. And
You know magic?
mm-hmm.
I'm a wizard.
Okay, I guess
And this
Arabella
is
would know.
Sophie, she says, and she points to the little cat who goes, she's my familiar. She doesn't like everybody, but she sometimes likes some people.
Well, as long as she likes you, that's what's important.
She scratched Havoc yesterday.
Wow, he probably no. Would Arabella say that? Yeah, she would. He probably deserved it. I
I don't want to
familiar
be
too.
separated by Havoc.
Well,
I don't want to be separated from him.
okay. Well, we'll maybe have to talk to the rest of our group about that. Because I don't think you should be here tomorrow. What are your thoughts on that, Naveen?
Yep, no, I think getting out here is great. Great
Yeah,
idea.
I want to get out of here. I don't like it here.
Well, maybe you and Havoc can tell us what you know. I have a teleportation circle that's still active for a little bit that I can take both you and Havoc to Korvosa.
Rotation circle?
Mm-hmm.
That means you don't have to walk through the Cinderlands.
Yeah. Do you know what teleport is?
No.
It's a portal that's open for a short amount of time.
Oh. Well, I have things that could make me go faster, I think.
Yeah, this is for like 10 seconds. It's like walking through a doorway.
But the doorway brings you to a different city.
But I can bring both of you there. I can tell my husband, you can stay with my husband, both of you. He knows magic, but he knows magic like the healing kind.
Oh.
And he can introduce you to my master. And you can start studying there, and then when we get done with this, we can talk about if you still want to go to Karamaga, or you can study under Celishar, or you can study under me for a little bit.
Okay. I have to get Havoc's permission. So he kind of gets mad if I go up off and do things without talking to him.
Yeah, that's when you're taking care of someone, you and your team, you do need to talk to each other.
Is that what you need to do, Arabella? Is it?
She'll whisper down, or if you go off on your own, you just don't get caught.
Do as Arabella says, not as she does.
It's quite the pointed look.
Brianna, you are also over by Havoc. And is there anything you wanted to talk to him about? You went over there as well.
Honestly, when it seems like Miles and him are having a good conversation and he seems healed and is looking okay, I think I would actually break off from them and actually just go to catch up with Larissa.
Okay.
Truth be told, because I've as best as Brian recalls from the past time that I spoke with Larissa, wanting to be there for her, especially with the whole pregnancy thing, which is weird with the old age thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you see Sephi kind of like looking at Larissa.
As she hears Larissa tell Dalibor she's going to be fighting.
Right, and she's the math meme of just like the equations right now.
But you also watch this extremely pregnant woman just like with one arm. Dalibor is not a small dude.
No.
And she like with one arm lifts him up in a big hug.
I think she's less concerned about that and more concerned about how did this grandma get pregnant.
No, you know what actually happens is there's this moment where Dalibor's like up in the air looking down at all of the people that are now like 3 feet below them because he's being lifted up with one arm, and he sees Sephi and he's just kind of chuckling, and he gets set back down and his brain doesn't connect it, and Sephi looks confused, and Dalibor is about to explain when he realizes that maybe Sephi can fix the age.
Oh.
He's like, oh my god. Abadar, save me. How did I not think of it quicker? Sephi, you can help. And he like puts his hands on you all excitedly. Our friend Larissa was aged against her will. Magically.
Oh.
I don't know if you have magics that can undo forcible aging. But she was forcibly aged.
Let me get my staff.
I look at Larissa, I go, when I said she can do miracles, she has been able to do miracles.
Well, it would take a miracle, she says.
I mean, Sephi's got some pretty powerful healing magic. I mean, she brought your boy back and kind of point to the guy that...
I've seen you do that.
Yeah. But she, I admit, does it better.
Oh, don't feel bad, Brianna. I don't think she can summon giant demon tentacles from hell.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's not really my thing.
Those will be very useful tomorrow. Hopefully. Maybe.
So, Sephi, you go over to this person and she looks like she's a tiefling, but she looks like human years. She would be like the equivalent of somebody who's 70 years old.
So how were you aged?
Just buy a deck of cards.
And I yell over from wherever we are, however far away. Yes, the same deck of cards that we spoke about for other things.
But I got a sweet sword out of it. Worth
Worth it. That sounds exactly like something she would say too.
I'm trying my best.
100%. Yeah. Oh, good.
What?
Lord.
Okay. Stuffy got a 31 knowledge arcana.
You have no idea.
I mean, so I can cast a miracle to. But like, when did you get pregnant?
Well, it's kind of funny because I didn't know I was pregnant until after I made this deal with this guy who came out of the deck, and he said he'd give me great power and whatever, and in exchange for time. And but then after we made the trade, I was like it was like a day or two that I was like, yeah, like, I don't know, it was some weird shit.
And
Like, how-
Dalibor will mention, and by the way, we have a feeling that the aging process is affecting the child because it's only been a week, but she's due any time now. We think the aging process on her has also aged the child in a quicker manner to be older. And therein lies the situation.
Can Steffi roll like a heal check to know? I guess I don't even know if there's an actual check for this, but like a heal check to know if we like reverse the aging.
If it will undo the baby.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's no way you could. I don't think there's any way you could know that.
Yeah.
And Dalibor will give all the medical information because he got like a 45 or something.
Yeah, as Dalibor starts telling you all the stuff, you realize Dalibor knows a lot more about medicine than you do.
Okay. Huh. Well, I mean, I have the material components to cast it and everything. I just will give like 2 warnings. Like, I pray to Phrasma because I don't know if she's like the goddess of age, but she's the goddess of babies.
Babies, life, death.
Yeah. It's not a guarantee that she'll necessarily be the god that answers me. And I don't know if I reverse the aging, if the baby will also, if it will affect the baby. Like, I can specify it in the miracle that we'd like it to not affect the baby. But it's kind of up to the god's discretion.
So, what do you do?
Well, Steffi's kind of looking at Larissa like,
What
do you
does
want?
she want?
Yeah, do you want me to try?
I mean, if we can get my years back, I'd be great with that. I wasn't sure there was any way to do it. Like,
But that could cost the baby, or at least make the baby only a week into your term.
oh, and it won't for sure work, anyways.
Yeah,
I
like,
don't know.
like I guess what I'll say is like I asked for all the hippogriffs in Korvosa that were killed. to be alive again. And Pharasma gave us a clutch of like hundreds of babies. So what I think is she like reincarnated them.
Oh. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Would you rather wait till after the battle to decide?
I think so, yeah.
It
I
might
mean,
be
we could
one of
all
those...
die tomorrow and it wouldn't matter, right?
True. And it might also be a thing where maybe wait till after the baby is born, because then it shouldn't affect the baby, yes?
Yeah, that's what I was
That's
thinking.
a good idea.
Although,
yeah, let's do that.
I don't know if I have anything to like negate your like. Well,
Oh, I do.
okay.
Lesser, greater age resistance.
Yep. I have regular
And
age
to help my
resistance.
knees, they ache
Yeah,
all the
I have
time.
age resistance. I don't know if I have greater. I think I just have regular age resistance. Because I described it from my dad's book.
List.
Back to Miles. Miles, you were kind of offering the black arrows, and he was kind of quiet or a little apprehensive to that, and he kind of looks at you and he says, "I did my term there."
Well, that explains it.
What'd you say?
So that explains how you know Lavatar. I figured. Just so you know, the order's not at all like it was before. May not be the same as it was at its peak, but my men there have gathered them over the last year after they were betrayed by one of their own. Lamatar is no more. But the choice is yours if you eventually wish to go.
I told him to stop mating with that Nixie or whatever it was. Get him killed.
Well, he died, became a white, and that's when I met him. But it is what it is now. But
so the group of you are looking to speak to everybody kind of together. Where do you want to go to do this? Or is this an everybody thing? Sounded like Naveen and Arabella wanted to gather everyone.
I mean, Naveen would want tactics. So what does this guy know? What have the Burn Riders found on their scouting missions? Do we have a timeline? Are they tall enough? Can we see them in the horizon? That sort of stuff.
yeah.
Right. So you can use Larissa and Projan's tent at the outskirts of camp by the corral.
Sure.
Find out what exactly these two know.
Miles would definitely join so that we can pump them for information.
Okay.
Yeah, except for Dalibor, it's less the pumping for information and just, asking nicely and cooperating and trying to get their help.
Dalibor, are you going as well?
Yeah, once I see that they're all gathering to kind of get information, I was like, well,
Dalibor, Brianna, you both see that people are moving towards a tent with purpose, and they kind of make eye contact with you and Arabella and Safi to kind of follow over here.
Yep, I follow. Yep.
I bring Harry with. I just kind of like tap him backhand on the chest plate and swing my head. Since, he is a soldier.
Probably. I'd probably just tell Burgos to have him hang with Windsong.
Okay, so
Zephy will tell Shadow Mist the guard.
Brianna, I can move you.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Move you to there, next to Naveen. All right. You are all gathered in what was the chieftain's hut and now is used by Larissa and Krojan. It's a wide, spacious tent filled with furs and hides. There's a dead, well, no, at nighttime this fire would be going. That kind of billows out of the smoke hole at the top of the yurt. And you have Anastasia and Havoc.
I'm sorry for what had to transpire there. Well, I'm glad we got you out of the situation.
Thank you for helping us.
Situation was certainly hostile. We can get you out of here after, but we'd like to see. What do you know? How have the Giants moved since Urgling?
We weren't in Urglen long. We came in from the north. Stayed in Urglen for maybe a day before it was attacked. I saw the main body of the army. No army in Varizia can stand against that.
Do you have an estimate of how many?
1,000, 1,500, somewhere between 1,200. So over 1,000 of them. They've got a giant dragon. Siege weapons.
I look at Miles and Arabella and Safi and then back to him. I go, is this the main army or is this the scout party?
It sounds like the scout party.
No.
No,
Saw the
the
scout
main
party
body.
split. It attacked Urglen. We lingered in the outskirts for a while when we fled. The army forked. I saw the directions that it went. And I saw the way the dragon moved.
And
The scouting army. I think I overheard. We call it the Shatter Guard. The Shatter Guard is headed this way. There's about 100 of them. The rest of the army went west.
What's west?
And I saw the dragon.
Which direction did the dragon go?
The dragon.
Here. Hey guys.
Okay.
This map.
Oh, look. This has hexes on it. That's not good.
So, after the army attacked Erglin, it went back at the confluence of the Kazaron and Stalak River. And I saw it meet back with the rest. And then it headed back south again. That's why it's taken so long for it to get here. And because it's a force of ponderous giants.
So they went like this way?
The dragon did.
The army was here. And it went like this. But now the Shatter Guard is heading this way.
But the actual army is over here.
And the rest of the force I saw heading this way.
Oh, to the Iron Peaks.
I saw the dragon too. It didn't go back. After it raised Erglin, it headed west towards the Storval Deep. I don't know where they're going, but that's the direction they went.
I wonder if they'll come down the stairs.
I mean, the stairs are an actual physical way to get down the cliff, right?
Yes.
So if they were going to attack, what's over there? Riddleport, Magnamar.
Magnamar.
Eventually they'll want to hit the Magnamar. We all know this.
Yes.
Riddleport would be a good place to hit first, though.
The Pirate Lord.
Go ahead.
Thrain Company and I had spoken with the Pirate Lords of Riddleport. They had planned to harass the giants along the rivers as much as they could. As long as they attack Riddle. But they may avoid Riddleport altogether. They may go straight for Magnamar coming down the stairs. And crush everything along the way.
Would he have
Texas should
interest
be
in the
accurate.
second queen?
Well, the Sunken Queen is not.
But to get there, you either have to go through the Cinderlands and down that way, or through the Storble Stairs.
I guess would Arabella have insight to that, or is that just a kind of a guess?
Insight to what?
If Karzig would know about the Sunken Queen. If I don't think he'd march the army down there, is what Arabella would say. In order to he would himself have to, well, one, we probably shouldn't talk about it very much in case somebody's watching.
I would like to mention that no matter which way they went, they aren't coming this way.
Not right now.
No, but what is coming this way is that advance force, which is what we should focus on. We can figure out where the army went if we survive tomorrow.
I feel like Karzug's army is going to want to get settlements. To get specific locations, he would send strike forces. Like, not. Like, specific locations with magical abilities tied to them or study resources. If Miles and Sephi has a way to reach Riddleport, maybe letting them know that the army is headed towards the Storwell Stairs might be good, because maybe the pirates could scout.
Well, I know of the rivers surrounding Riddleport. But that may not be their destination. They may just trek down the stairs and down the land. But we may be able to contact our sister, and she may be able to contact Riddleport.
Do you have any idea of the speed at which the Shatter Guard moves?
I think we should have little tokens on here with little arrows, like a military board.
Yeah,
here's the Shawante, and here's the shadow where we think the Shadow Guard is. And
this circle is Flameford. Right below Cinder, where it says Cinderlands.
Text with the D at the top.
Yeah.
That one, or
No, this. Oh, you might not be able to see it. Yeah, you can't see it. The Cinderland, the Flamefords is right here.
there we go. All right.
I just realized, like, where is your map hanging on the wall when we need it?
Right.
With all of our marks, yeah.
It's downstairs. That's Holly grabs it.
oh, I can't. I spelled it wrong. I couldn't see it.
You have to turn your blur off, Holly.
I do. Oh my god, but I don't think you can see the words we wrote on there anyway. Okay.
Props now.
So that's where they're at now.
Well, Erglin was attacked last Moon Day. It says, thinking. And they went back and came this way. So, taking them a week to do this. A little over a week and a half.
About 20 miles a day.
Yeah.
And that's a lot. Okay.
So, oop, did not work.
I wish we had the way of knowing exactly where they'd be coming from before they hit, and where the battle is going to take place ahead of time. Setting traps would be way easier than not.
And did you see, is it mostly like stone giants? Is it all rune giants? Like, what are we?
Um,
It's about 100, but 100 of what?
Probably a conglomerate. They were collecting all of their forces before. In the Golden City, it was all types.
I know. I studied a book on giants. I found it in Erglen. There's stone giants and there's hill giants. There's a lot of hill giants. And there's fire giants.
Okay.
And there's one other giant that I don't really know what it is.
That's probably the rune giant.
Yeah, he's got runes on him, and he's got black skin and he's really big.
Yeah.
He's like the size of the dragon.
That is it.
How many of them are there?
There was one leading the Shatter Guard. Seemed in command.
They are his generals.
I couldn't see the main force well enough to determine how much of what or who were there.
Dalbor lets out some breath. He's like, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but in my mind, I thought all of the things we were fighting were going to be the Rune Giants. So to me, I guess it's a little bit of a relief.
Well, let's put it this way. Within his throne, there were cloud giants like Windsong, Chloe. There were storm giants. Don't remember. I think there were stone giants.
But for tomorrow, would you be able to do like a 5 to 10 minute, like very focused, small words, how to easily kill these things? Because the bigger the words are, the more these people are going to be confused. So we need short. Fire good. Arrows good. Arrows bad.
Harass.
Focused. Small words.
For the Shawante, she means.
Yes.
To explain to the Shawante how to fight the giants in easy, simple terms. Some
Mobility.
of them are smart, but some of them are Krojan.
Put it this way. Hit and run. Whether that...
Well...
I mean, they like to fight on horseback, so that is sort of their style.
Mobility with bow and arrow, or whatever they use. That will be their best bet. But they will have to watch out for boulders coming their way.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but there's like, do we need more fire? Is like bludgeoning better? Slashing?
I look at you all. I go, should I go get at least one of them? Perhaps their chieftain. One of them that likes us. I think the chieftain liked us, right?
Head of the war council.
Which one liked us besides Krojan?
Was it Ready Claw?
I think Ready Claw and the Sun Shaman are both kind of amicable to you.
Okay, but Ready Claw is more of a.
He's the chieftain of the clan.
Yeah, I'm like, I will go get him and bring him in, so he can converse with us. Give me one.
Good. Do we want Havoc and the little girl here? Still?
I think they're okay with that. They know that we are planning for tomorrow and using them for information.
Okay.
I will go look for him.
Okay, so you bring Chief Ready Claw in.
Mm-hmm.
Do you kind of tell him a little bit about what it is? It's war counseling.
Yeah. I'll tell him a little bit about it, but I will also let him know that the little girl and the orc are in there telling us what they know, what they've scouted. But we're also going over like some of the stratagems for fighting them, so that he can pass the information along.
And he also brings Crowfeather, the Sun Shaman, and Krojan with him.
Okay.
And he brings Chemchet. He like takes the inner circle and brings him with. I don't know where Chemchet went though.
He left. He didn't want to talk to us, so he doesn't show up.
He shrunk.
There he is.
He shrunk.
Okay. Right. I believe it was Naveen had asked if there were any specific types of damage that they resist.
Yeah, like weaknesses or resistances or things we.
I will
Most
also
of
before we start, I will go over what we're facing, what we've already discussed, like these kind of giants, these kind of giants, these kind of giants, these kind of giants.
Yeah.
Hit and move tactics, that kind of stuff.
Hit and run for as long as we can.
Yeah.
Ready
They like
Claw
the
says we've tracked their movements. We've seen them. Crowfeather, he says, has been following them daily, tracking their movements.
Excellent.
Good.
Do we have an estimation
Yes.
of when they will arrive?
Tomorrow, but we're not certain when.
Or I'm assuming
certain.
where the battle will take place.
Likely here. We have a supreme advantage at this location. It's extremely defensible.
We'll probably hear them before we see them.
We've also set up a few precautions.
Well, what kind of precaution?
You may have seen, but along the cliff edge, we've assembled boulders at the top of the ridge. When they're triggered, they'll fall the 80 feet onto anything below. We have the spike stones. There are stations near the spike stones where we've have archery arrow racks, as well as alchemical bags we make. What do you call them? And he looks to the Sun Shaman. Tangle burn bags.
Excellent.
We'll burn and entangle them in the spike stones, slow their approach. We will let the Lehenge do some of the damage for us.
I will look
Additionally,
Oh, go ahead.
the Sun Shaman has a ritual that will enchant our fire, our war council fire. Any who dip their arrows into the great fire. He looks at the Sun Shaman again. Any who plunge their arrows into the fire will have their arrows carry the heat and burn of the Sun Clan, scouring their enemies. If you put your arrow into the War Council fire, it is affected by a flame arrow spell.
Nice.
Okay.
And
Oh,
finally, we have set 8 locations in the lowlands. Where we have set berries from Crowfeather. And he looks over at the woman next to him. Yes, stations and dry brush and animal fat in locations. Igniting them, we can set the entire lowlands ablaze.
We will have fire giants that will be immune to most of the fire, I assume. I look at Miles and Sephi are the ones that have fought them.
The fire giants will be immune, as well as the Rune Giant.
Yeah.
The next question is there any magics of theirs that can turn your traps against us?
Well,
Such
the
as the boulders.
stones.
Can they take the boulders and just throw them back at us?
Some of them may, yes. The larger giants will be able to throw larger boulders. Most of them are capable. Some may even be able to catch them.
Yeah, and throw them back.
Enough.
I look at the
Chemchet speaks up. In our raids into Buxton, we have fought hill giants frequently and stone giants. The boulders are just one component of this. The battle strategy is to draw them in. They like to use their superior strength in melee, and that's where we want them in. Once they come in, we ignite the lowlands, we drop the boulders, and we send our cavalry in a pincer maneuver, hitting them from 2 sides.
No idea what that's. Anyhow.
I am not the war person. I just think of things. I look at the other war people. The military people. Is like anything to add or take away to the strategy.
Do we know if any of these are immune to poisons? I was wondering if it would be worth any time to poison some of these caltrops they may step on.
Giants
Crowfeather, Reddy Clark says, can you inform them of what exactly they'll be facing? What I saw was a group of around 100 giant folk.
Oof.
3 of which stood out to me specifically as leaders amongst the rest. There are a large number of hill giants. Probably over half of them are hill giants. There are maybe a third of them stone giants, and a few small group of these fire giants. The Rune Giant, you called it, wears shiny armor, appears to be holding Asgat wealth. Additionally, there is a very pale, or a very dark-skinned giant. I do not know what it is. I see it not every time. He skulks in the shadows of other and in the darkness. He moves with a litheness.
That sound like that wizard giant we fought?
No,
No.
that wizard giant didn't have black skin. He was a he was a stone giant.
Yeah, Aquamarine was a stone giant. The only other one I can think of off the top of my head would be maybe a taiga giant. I know taiga giants do, similar to stone giants, have a tie to the land. But I don't know if them skulking about is something that they typically do.
He moves very quietly and keeps his presence, and attempts to keep his presence unseen. Sometimes I see him and sometimes I do not.
You said there was another?
There's another. This one is a he's a giant that is about the size of your companion. I admit I do not know. I do not know my giants.
Does
I
he
mean,
have?
I glance at the little girl every time they describe one because she read a book on giants, and she got a nat 20 to see if
Does
she's
he
like,
have?
oh,
As an attractive giant that rides a massive rock, bird, a apex predator.
Does he have burnished skin?
He does.
Like
they both
golden?
crackle with the sound of thunder and lightning as they fly.
It sounds like it may be a storm giant.
Mm-hmm.
That's not Dalibor because Dalibor doesn't know his giants.
A storm giant riding a rock.
Yeah.
The one that shall not be named is known to have storm giants.
Can Arabella roll a knowledge local on the black skin giant?
Sure.
Miles was going to do the same.
Yeah.
Try and confirm.
Oh. Anastasia knows more about giants than Arabella.
I guess Dalibor does know a little bit about, might know a little bit about giants.
Cool.
Nick knows, but Dalibor probably might not.
Arabella, you don't know what it is. You're not sure. Naveen and Miles and Anastasia all know what this does, and Dalibor, right before they say it, it also picks up in your head. Like you're like thinking and thinking as they speak. You're like, that's it. That's what it is. I know what it is.
Yeah.
But this creature that they're describing sounds like a rune giant, but it's not. This is a shadow giant.
Shadow giant.
Shadow giants. And I don't know if Brianna has local or not. But
nope.
Brianna has local and gets a bonus.
But you know that shadow giants are they serve as a company of elite shock troops kept a close secret, and they're only used in operations where they are not expected to leave any survivors to tell the tale. They are bloody, lawful evil, large humanoids. They are, as they're speaking, Arabella, you know, and Dalibor maybe too, you know that these are natives of the plane of shadow. And you know, yeah. You'd be able to roll a knowledge check again when you encounter these things for more abilities and things like that.
But if they're native to the plane of shadow, like they're not like running around typically in the world.
Not unless it's Nidal. Conceivably, they could live in Nidal because it's always dark there.
Right.
You could ask your brain. You could ask your brain buddy if they could, tell you about shadow giants. Your bestie.
Larry.
Your bestie.
Larry.
Well, I've never encountered a shadow giant.
Sorry if I called her your brain buddy.
Yeah, I was trying to who do I have a telepathic bond with?
Well,
I'm
that's
just
Go ahead.
I'm just curious if somehow Nidal is made an alliance.
It's possible. I'm not sure if it's likely.
Does that mean they're more likely to attack at night? Or does not matter?
Giants have, in particular stone giants, have a very strong night vision.
Well, Crowfeather says, tracking their movements, I can say that it's extremely unlikely that they'll get here tonight. Though they could attack tomorrow night, or they could attack anytime tomorrow.
Considering their numbers, the fact that they're giants, they essentially crushed Erdman in the light of day. They may not care about night tactics.
They might not expect resistance, but I'd rather we think that they are. And they have the capability, they've had the capability of scrying and learning, so let us assume that they've seen the defenses you've put up. And they're planning on how to work around them. As we know, their lord has scryed on us in the past.
Can we describe the weapons we brought?
Oh, yeah.
Dalibor already explained his new bombs.
Ceresos.
But we also have sarissas. Which is a spear-like weapon. Could be something that some of your burn riders can use. They are, I think, similar in length to
Longer than
a lance or a long spear.
Longer. They're 15 feet.
But longer, yeah.
Yeah.
But they're designed for...
Oh, Kimchet says, we could place those near the boulder squad. Drop boulders on, and any climbing up, we spear them before they can reach us.
We have some shields to go along with those too. Tower shields.
They're meant to block from the larger beings, but they're also the designer that redesigned and made it so that they can be reinforced with one another.
And that might be something some more of my guard would be using. Maybe Harry and Grey Maiden Friend.
Their movements, we believe they'll be coming in from the west, which means they'll be coming in through the lowlands. Unless they split before they get here. You see Havoc. He looks at all of you and he goes, "They're not coming for here. Consider this tactically. This hamlet is not even a blip on their radar.
There's something."
He points to the map conveniently laid out. They're going to Kermaga.
I would agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
That would make the most sense.
Agreed.
And while they did defeat Erglin with the 100 giants, Kermaga is a well-fortified location.
Isn't it also like the only other place to get down the cliff from?
That is correct, Brianna. You can get down from Kermaga, from the Cinderlands to the Verizian lowlands, and thus Korvosa's holdings by traversing the Half-Light Path.
So what they're likely doing is trying to see which direction they can push their armies through.
Or, I mean, potentially taking both locations as strategic points to stop things from going up.
Yeah.
Speaking of tactics, we have 10 bags of hollow caltrops. Could we put some of the fancy new Hellfire into them, and then when the giants fall because of the boulders, then they'll fall on these explosive caltrops?
Potentially. Here's a new concern brought up by the fact that there's a good chance that maybe those giants, as you said, might not be coming here at all. If we prepare for naught and they just pass us by and squash Kermaga, that leaves us with our hands in our pants. Do we let them pass, or do we give them a reason to come here?
Well,
and I say that, and I kind of look to the Shawanti because it's their lands. Granted, any resistance, they will eventually come back anyhow.
We're in their direct path. They'll run right into us.
Something else to consider. I don't believe their leader likes to keep loose ends. giants. And there are 2 of them here right now. My sister and I have seen his city that had been lost 2 times. He knows we can get in there. If he crushes the 2 of us, he protects his city. We destroy his army, and he knows it. I'm not sure he'll.
We proceed as if they're going to attack here.
Mm-hmm. Arabelle will speak up and say, I have, again, if the tribe permits it, I have magic that can enchant everyone's weapons, including the 15-foot long weapons that we brought.
We
And she'll look
accept your
over.
magic. We accept your assistance, Nalrest.
That's a good portion of the giants. How do we fight the dragon?
The dragon's not here.
Dragon's not coming.
He headed west.
Well, that's good news. Only 1 rune giant and 100 normal giants. Normal. And no dragon. This day just keeps getting better. And he says with a fake laugh. All right. So I don't know. Halbor just steps back because he's trying to help, but he realizes he's just constantly getting in the way of all the.
It seems like the
military
Shawanti
people.
have a battle plan. They have not been idle while all of you have been trying to get Korvosa ready.
What would you? And he sits down. He's like, perhaps we should have asked this in the first place. What would you like us to do?
Well, I think it would be helpful if first and foremost, we'd like you to fight.
Well,
Rojan says, he's like, fight and die with us. Fight and die with us. That's what we want you to do. He says, we'll want a place for your artillery person and your weaponry. And it might be good for much of you to station yourselves along within Flameford. Some of you should also accompany the pincer cavalry. Larissa is leading that pincer. Burning Rage is leading that pincer.
Is that all on horseback?
It is on horseback.
What if you've never fought on horseback before?
What's that?
What if you've never fought on horseback before?
They'll stare at you like this.
Safi will look over at Naveen. It's not. It takes some getting used to, but.
And Trojan looks at you and says, "You are very quick. You should be okay in a saddle.
Huh.
Yeah, just don't fall off.
What about flight? Flight instead of horse?
If you do that, you have to be careful because you could get, I mean, either way you're probably gonna get rocks thrown at you. But Irie was hit with a chimney and that sent her out of the sky.
Yes.
I
My
just
sister
meant
got
flight for speed to keep up with horses.
Oh, like have Naveen flying
Yeah.
or somebody flying that goes with them.
Yeah, flying and just staying on the same level as the horses.
Yeah.
Oh,
That would work.
that would provide mobility. Yes.
Then you wouldn't have to worry about being on a horse, but you'd still be able to slice and dice.
Okay, this is Holly asking because I don't remember. Did the dream or whatever about the extra person that Naveen might be fighting, was that shared?
Who got that vision?
Steffi,
and Brianna.
I'm pretty sure
And
Brianna
Larissa.
got it. And Larissa, yeah.
If Larissa's in here.
Well, I'm pretty sure Steffi told Naveen.
Okay.
Trying to think if we both did or not.
Yeah. All of the people with Oracle level 2. And that was the
gonna
joke
say, I
because
think we
Larissa
did.
got one level of Oracle, so she got it.
Gonna first look at Brianna we're forgetting a major part and say, and we might be having another enemy join the battlefield. One that's not traveling with the giants.
Albor looks confused because he didn't hear about the thing.
I admit Brian's brain farting.
Well, Steffi will explain. Are you talking about when I got the nosebleed at the party?
Probably.
Well, it was nose,
yeah.
eyes. Yeah. I saw Naveen finding someone and desert/rocky-ish terrain. So kind of like here. She was very upset. And out of character, did I know what it was?
What was?
The bow?
I mean, you saw
Yes.
it.
Yeah, you saw it.
Yeah.
Out of character. This is the dream about the Efreet.
Yeah, the Freedy.
Yeah.
Yes.
The one that Brianna told to take a flying F.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Miles.
Yeah.
That's a
So-
plains.
So Naveen's gonna probably fight that tomorrow.
We haven't seen anything like that with them.
It's not with them. Oh, sorry. I don't say that because
Yeah,
they already said that.
It's a separate bow. Not associated with the giants.
Yeah, I think he's just mad.
Mad.
Well,
Yeah. because I don't know if Suffy knows what the history is
Arabella,
there.
you know at this time that your teleportation circle has very little time left.
Okay, Arabella's like, we're gonna take the two shamaks here out to Korvosa. I'll be back.
We'll fill you in on whatever happens while you're gone.
Yeah, I'll cast Prying Eyes, so then we have some invisible scouts in the area too.
Well,
Well,
Um,
Okay.
yeah, I guess so. Is Naveen is going with Larissa, right, for the pincer?
So,
I assume I'm going to be on the upper ridge since I'll be doing ranged stuff.
That's probably
throwing bombs and whatnot, but also, maybe shifting my attention if need be.
Yeah.
Miles and Chikardros would likely be on the ridge as well. So
well.
it's our specialty, range.
You'd also probably want to be near the fire.
To dip your arrows into.
I guess Steffi will just say, I don't really fight that much, but I heal. So my thought was I was going to cast Airwalk on Shadow Mist because he can run very fast. And I guess maybe I can start out either place, but maybe with all the other horses to do healing and channels. I'm not going to be able to heal everybody, though.
If we have you invisible, will your healing make invisibility go away? I assume it's not offensive, so we could have you invisible and just healing everyone and be unseen.
Mm-hmm. I have a
Well-
ring of invisibility, but Shadow Mist. I mean, we can cast invisibility on Shadow Mist.
Then you can be either place.
One thing, the Rune Giant leader,
Oh yeah, he can see invisibility.
he will be able to see invisible foes. They have that ability.
What if you're just
But-
not invisible but really sneaky?
More difficult. But I can be both.
Sounds like a
But if I'm
Brianna thing.
But you're not healer.
No, but eventually
I'm going to take one level of Oracle.
no, eventually we'll have to go toe to toe with the giant.
I feel Safi
Well-
and Brianna will have to play healers and stay hidden as possible.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So, Brianna, where would you like to go?
I guess Brandon, you
That's
pick.
not back to Korvosa.
Or back to Nidal. You can't go there either.
Shut up. It almost sounded like I almost was wondering if maybe I should, since I can stay fairly hidden, but still be of use with the healing, maybe Would it almost be more use for me to go with the pincer group since they're going to be kind of separate from the rest of the plateau? That way, if there's an emergency with the pincer group that requires healing, at least we've got someone there.
And if you need to get away, you are pretty sneaky to get away.
And if needs be, yeah, that's true. I've got a couple of different options available to get me away from here or get back to here, whatever. So
You've also got some utility
right.
on top of the healing.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So I'm thinking that might not be a bad idea for Brianna.
Okay. So Naveen's going with the pincer group. Well, Naveen, Brianna.
You see Harry this entire time is eyes locked on Naveen. And then he kind of darts his eyes to Dalibor and looks back to Naveen. We need to back her up.
Dalibor just nods. Wherever you think you'll be best.
He looks at you, Naveen. I'm coming with you.
Really? How are you on horseback?
How's he on horseback?
He has a +5.
I mean, he's good enough to stay in the saddle and fight.
He's got 1 rank.
I just sort of assumed you would be with the, I don't know, up on the ridge with the tower shield and the 15-foot pole as a last defense if they climbed up the ridge. I feel like you're one of the only people who can use a tower shield. You and
Any other fighter?
Cerise.
I won't be able to help you if anything goes wrong.
Dalibor just puts a gentle hand on his shoulder. Doesn't say anything.
I'll go over and give him a hug.
When Naveen's done hugging him, Brianna will put a hand on Naveen's shoulder and goes, "For what it's worth, I've got her back."
Make a diplomacy check.
No, okay.
Both of us? Just me? What? Diplomacy.
Brianna got a 26. 27. God damn it, I keep forgetting the +1.
I feel like
What is Harry's charisma?
Harry's current charisma is a 10.
Okay.
not my thing.
Is this reroll?
Not a
Reroll!
Miles is just sitting here looking pensive.
God damn it.
Miles is just thinking.
Not a high DC for this because Harry is helpful. He just doesn't want to do this. Right. I know how to use those weapons.
I'm gonna whisper in his ear. If you absolutely need it, I've got this much money in the Bank of Abadar. Dalivor can help you get it out. That way you don't have to tell Mom what happened.
Nothing's going to happen, right?
Nothing's gonna happen. But we have a contingency.
All right. Harry will stay up above.
Okay.
It's gonna be a tower shielded wall of 2.
Yep.
Well, and the other soldiers, the unnamed soldiers.
Yeah, everybody in your little troop can use a tower shield.
Okay, perfect.
Well, your troop can use a tower shield as a troop. Everybody individually wouldn't be able to. Quillen would not be able to use a tower shield.
He's running the siege weapon.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you guys want Safi to go with the pincer group or stay up here so we split up the healers? Or she can.
I will look at the Sklar-Quah. You have healers as well. Where will they be stationed?
None that can do what she can do. The sun shaman will be up here, and he has some healing, and he has powerful nature magics.
I do also have some healing magic. But if I'm healing, I am not exploding things. But I am versatile in that way.
Kemchet looks at, or actually not Kemchet, Krojan looks at Sephi up and down, and he says, "You don't want to be down there, Blondie."
Okay.
Miles just looks at him like, "You have no idea what she's seen."
Can we see Krojan again? You know, for those that haven't seen Krojan yet or before, or know who Krojan is.
That is Krojan eats what he kills. Shawanti champion and hero and husband of Larissa Burning Rage.
And a hero of Korvosa.
He's a hero. He's a guest part of the Heroes of Korvosa. Then it seems we have our plan. You should rest, Reddy Clark says. You will want to be at your absolute best tomorrow. Because if you are not, then there may not be a day after. Arabella, and you escort Havoc and Anastasia and Angry Sophie to the teleportation circle.
Yep.
Anything you would like to say to them as they walk towards its edge?
I will give them. She'll actually, like, on the way.
You also are pointed towards the tent where their things were, so you are able to retrieve their equipment.
Okay. Well, she can just cast sending. She will write down quick directions to where Shawnee is. Like, is he still staying at the palace? Their house isn't ready yet.
Pokemon is up. Pokemon is up. Get your
house.
Pokemon.
Okay.
Get your Pokemon.
She
Get
will
your Pokemon. She's a cutie pie.
write down directions to her house. And he will give Havoc something of hers. Actually, she'll say, "Don't lose this, or I'll be thoroughly pissed off at you, but she'll give Havoc her Drake Smirk. Show this to my husband to identify both of you. I'll send him a message and let him know you're coming. His name's Ashani. We have 3 adopted kids. A couple of them are also studying magic with my teacher, Zelashar. Stay with him in Korvosa for a few days. Protect him. He's a pacifist. People do take advantage of him when I'm not around. So if you could do me a favor, protect him like you protect her and my kids, that'd be appreciated.
He reaches his hand out and closes his hand around the Drake's one. And for his age, this half-orc he is a large and powerfully built man. He is about the size of Krojan, except he is probably 80 pounds heavier in fat. He does not have the chiseled abs, but looks like he has big bear strength.
Yeah. Oh, 2 more things I need from each of you. And she reaches out and she plucks a piece of hair from each of them. In case you get lost and I need to find you.
You see your circle flickering.
All right. Quickly.
Havoc looks at you and nods, and he kind of presses on Anastasia's back, and she scampers through the circle. And as she does, she says, "Bye, thanks for saving us."
Yeah.
And Sophie goes, and Havoc just looks at you and does the forest man with the big beard meme.
Yeah.
And steps through, and the 3 of them are gone.
Okay.
So when you go back to the tent, you are able to catch most of what is said. And now it seems that people are going to retire. Is there anything anybody else would like to do, or?
There will be some spells that Sephi and Arabella will cast. Sephi will use up all her higher level slots to do 9 lives on whoever she can get.
Okay, yeah, I don't need the spell buffs. You need the spell buffs.
Yeah.
You can.
Dalibor is going to look at the people here and say, Levine and Larissa, Krojan, I think this is a good moment for me to take all of your most powerful weapons before we begin tomorrow, if we have that opportunity. So keep that in mind. I will look at everybody else. I'll be like, depending on how much I can carry, I can make 1 duplicate of items that I carry on me for people to use. The difficult part is knowing when to do it. But if it gives more powerful magics and more powerful arms and armor to be spread around, to be used, is a possible option. It doesn't last very long. A handful of minutes, but it is an option.
Right before contact, then.
I do a little check-in with Larissa, because we were pretty tight.
Yeah, you can see she's just drinking from an auroch horn. Sup?
life out here suits ya.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
They finally accepted you.
I mean, kinda. You know, it's you know, you're not completely one of them, but you're part of them. You know, I don't know. Having Crojan around helps.
Yeah. How's it going with your other partner?
I haven't seen her in a bit.
Hmm.
I got a message from her a little while ago, but genies.
Yes. Yeah.
This will be like old times, huh?
Yes.
Yes. Just like 2
We'll be
weeks
going
ago.
right into thick of it. I mean, we went through Sklar-Quah. This will be nothing.
Yeah, at least there's no haunts.
Ugh.
There's a clear enemy to kill.
Yeah.
That's kind.
And they bleed blood and they die when they're stabbed.
Yeah. Perfect.
Well, I'm glad I'll have you riding alongside me or flying or whatever. You know, you should really learn to ride a horse. It's
Where?
fun.
I live in the city.
It's fun. People
Sounds
ride
like
horses in Korvosa?
it is so much easier to just straight scale the wall and parkour around the city.
Okay. Yeah.
A horse is way, way too obvious.
Yeah. Are you gonna wear the tomorrow? No, like the
The what?
Are you gonna, you know? She's just looking at everybody else around here. You can see some of the leadership is starting to filter out. Sun Shaman, Kemchet, Ready Clar. You know, are you gonna wear the,
No, that's only in Korvosa.
Oh, well, like you could spread your legend. I don't know.
No. Not everyone here knows.
I know, that's what I'm trying to be.
Mm-hmm. So how's it being pregnant?
It sucks. It sucks being old and it sucks being pregnant.
Are you picking
But
a name for the baby?
yes. But also, I think Blondie can get me my years back when all this is done.
Oh.
So, looking forward to that. And not being pregnant.
Yeah.
It'll be like, I don't want to say like starting over anew, but it'll kind of be like starting over anew.
We'll have to celebrate.
Definitely.
We'll just bullshit for a little while before bed.
Yeah. You are given this tent to sleep in if you want, or you can use other accommodations, but all of you rest.
Is anyone else in the tribe that's like sick, ill, injured? I'd like to go around and be Dr. Dalibor for a little bit before they're going to bed.
Okay.
And then I'll go to bed afterwards. But since I can like spend time giving and a heal check is like multiple days rest with somebody watching over them and removes disease and heals ability damage, I'm like, if people need that in the thing, I should probably do that before we fight tomorrow.
If I can, I guess I'll maybe assist up
Actually,
until before
you
midnight.
see, there are elderly here. There are children here. There are no sick.
Okay.
There are no wounded. And as you're kind of like looking over people, you just like your eye catches the Sun Shaman, who
I figured
his face is just a wrinkled mass, and he's not smiling, he's frowning. But you'd imagine that if the Sun Shaman's frown were to smile, this is what his smile frown would look like.
Okay.
All right. Well, with that, we are going to, you all rest through the night uninterrupted. And we are going to move towards the end of this game. And you can hear that people through the night are celebrating. I don't know if you can hear the sound, can you?
Yep.
Okay, let's try this.
I can't. There we go.
Okay. People are celebrating through the night. They're getting ready for a battle. And then the morning comes. The sun rises, and the grains of sand in the hourglass fall. Time is running out in Flamford. Even in the pre-dawn hours, the Sun Clan encampment bustles. Horses snort, and warriors bark out in guttural Shawanti. Their voices are urgent and almost argumentative, but no one in all of this frontier country is more bedfellows with war than the Sklar-Quah of the Cinderlands. They face an enemy that modern-day Varizia can barely even fathom, an army of giant soldiers lorded over by an ancient wizard 10,000 years past. The Asgat, they call him, could send the full Storval storm and it wouldn't matter a whit to them. The Sklar-Quah fight. They shift around the encampment, checking the boulder traps, the fire traps, the arrow stands. The Sun Shaman burns incense in his tent and divine portents to the battle to come. No one is exempt from war when Flamford is at risk. There are no free rides in the Sun Clan. A crow flies high on the dry zephyrs above the blasted Badlands. She begins her descent as Flamford comes into view, shifting out of wild shape, or see the druid crow feather. She shouts loudly, relaying what she's seen. Nearby, the main army scouting regiment, the Shatter Guard, marches forward like a ponderous avalanche. Just shy of 100 giants march with uncanny discipline for their disparate types. Hill giants, stone giants, fire giants, and others. The Shatter Guard is clearly led by a tall and well-equipped giant of black pitted skin with glowing red runes. Commander Vezroth is dressed in a suit of silvery plate mail and wields a gargantuan blade that is black. In his shadow, a long, gaunt, and ghastly giant about half his size skulks forth. He wears a shaggy cloak made of bat hide. From under his hood, Zalraven the Night Reaver peers out. Floating above, but never far from Vezroth, is a human man who wears a cruel crown that causes trickles of blood to run down his face. Caleb, first apprentice to Karzog, whispers secrets to Vezroth. And a large shadow casts down on the army of a fiend-blooded rock, its avian wings spread wide as its rider, a storm giant, raises his lance. With one powerful beat of the rock's wings, Aravan and Cindervike crackle thunder that rumbles across the plain. And that is where we will end.
All right.
Thank you, everyone, for joining me in this game. And in the future, we will see how horrible the bloodshed is.
The bloodshed.
We shall see.
We are going to raid on out, guys. For those of you who are hanging out listening, just a reminder that you likely won't be seeing me until we return from our trip on roughly the 22nd or 23rd. There may be a stream while we are gone, just a short little, hey, we're from Vacation Point for a couple hours. So just stay tuned, keep your eyes on the feeds for go live notifications. With that being said, guys, thank you so much for being here these last couple years as we approach our stream anniversary, which happened on the 20th while I am gone. So everybody who's been here for the now 5 years, which again, the very first streams were the early part of the Claimers Conquest, which was the Curse of the Crimson Throne, which was now 5 years ago. Obviously, that game was longer ago than that, but that's where this stream kind of started, was from this. So I want to thank everybody who's been here from the beginning and those who have joined us along the way. And I want to thank everybody who is here today, to Andrew and all of our players, because 5 years, holy crap. So again, that's on the 20th, and that will happen while we're gone. So thank you guys so much. We're going to raid on out. We're going to go and raid one of our stream team members who is playing some Sea of Thieves, Sailing the Seas, Bruised. She's an amazing streamer, part of the Be Kinder stream team. We're going to go and show her some support and love. Thank you guys so much for being here. Take care. Have a good couple of weeks, everybody. Keep an eye out. Podcast feeds next week. That new podcast will be live, so make sure to go and download it, listen to it, rate and review, do all of those things for the podcast, and to check out all of our socials. Take care, everyone. Good night, and enjoy the rest of your 2 weeks. See y'all later.